Is he bleeding or vomiting blood? Does he have any pain? Okay, well, an ambulance will be sent or a clinician may contact you to further discuss your symptoms, so please keep your line free.
The CiniCall Support Services secondary triage will begin as a trial in Vancouver Dispatch. Inclusion criteria for secondary clinical assessment are calls in the Channel 1 pending queue, as well as low acuity alpha calls that don't fall within the exclusion criteria, and patients that fall within the age bracket of 16 to 65 years old. The ultimate goal of secondary triage is to send the right personnel to the right place at the right time with the right equipment, using the right resources to get the right care in the most clinically appropriate way. When the call taker completes the call assessments with key questions in ProQA and arrives at the Post-Dispatch Instructions tab, they are to stop referring to the ProQA script at this point, and the call taker will now refer to the secondary triage script.
Okay, well, an ambulance will be sent or a clinician may contact you to further discuss your symptoms, so please keep your line free. From now on, do not let him have anything to eat or drink. It might make him sick or cause further problems. Now, I want you to watch him very closely. If he becomes less awake and vomits, quickly turn him on his side. Okay, if he gets worse in any way, call us back immediately for further instructions. Okay? Thanks very much.
After the event has been created, the clinician will review the Channel 1 pending events to determine eligible calls for secondary triage. At the decision point, if the clinician determines the event does not meet the criteria, they will track the event and leave it in the Channel 1 queue. The track event message reads, RN reviewed, CTA excluded. If the event does meet the criteria, the clinician will dispatch assign themselves as 299RN1 to the call, thus removing the event from the Channel 1 queue for secondary triage. The clinician will then determine if the EMCT is still speaking to the caller. This is achieved by clicking Update in the event. If the EMCT is still on the call, you will see a message indicating the call is in progress. The clinician will repeat this step every 60 seconds until the call has been vacated by the EMCT. If during or after the clinician performs their secondary triage, they need to upgrade the event, they will update the event ticket and select the appropriate NPDS code from the event type drop-down box. The clinician will then preempt the event to transfer the call back to the channel operator. The clinician will then document relevant clinical information regarding the reason for the upgrade. After a call has been upgraded by the clinician, the EMD needs to verbalize this over the radio to the responding crews.
63 Alpha, be advised your call's now been upgraded to code 3 as per the clinician.
If the clinician successfully completes their secondary triage without any need to upgrade, they will then clear themselves from the event. Then, they will select the appropriate clinical closing disposition. For more details on secondary triage, please refer to the attached Standard Operating Guidelines. And as always, feel free to ask a practice educator.